Hello and welcome to Technically Edinburgh, the podcast for and about technicians at the University of Edinburgh. My name is Lee Murphy.
And I'm Charlie Corcoran, and our guest for this episode is Marie Daniels. Marie has a rich and varied career spanning academia, industry and media. She's currently the Programme Manager for UK Robotics and Autonomous Systems platform STEPS, based at the University of Leeds, where she plays a key role in supporting and advancing research technicians in the UK robotics and autonomous systems sector. She leads on everything from strategy and stakeholder engagement to communications and programme delivery, all with a strong focus on inclusion, ethics and long-term impact. Before joining the University of Leeds, Marie worked in the agri-tech and sustainability space at the University of Lincoln, where she helped secure more than £8 million in funding through innovative partnerships as Commercial Relationships Manager at Lincoln Institute for Agri-Food Technology. What makes Marie's approach particularly unique is her early background in journalism, PR and publishing, which she draws on to communicate complex ideas clearly, build strong relationships and drive forward large-scale initiatives. Marie's passionate about creating inclusive spaces for technical professionals, championing their achievements, and helping people connect across disciplines to make meaningful change. Welcome to the podcast, Marie. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi there. Thank you for having me.
So let's start and find out a little bit about you and your role. So can you start by introducing yourself and telling a little bit about your role?
Sure. As you said, I'm the Programme Manager for UK Robotics and Autonomous Systems Platform, or STEPS for short. I think we need a bit of an abbreviation for that. In a nutshell, my job is to bring together the brilliant people working behind the scenes in the UK's robotics and autonomous systems sector and to help them to thrive. I see myself as a bit of a connector and a catalyst. So on the one hand, I'm working with researchers, engineers and technicians, making sure they've got opportunities to grow their technical skills and develop their careers. And on the other, I'm linking up with industry leaders, policymakers, international partners, etc. So the network we're building is not just strong, it's influential as well. No 2 days are the same, as you can imagine. One day I might be deep in planning a major robotics event. The next, I'm drafting training courses, managing funding, or talking to someone halfway across the world about a new collaboration. But the common thread is always the same, making sure the incredible technical talent in our community gets the recognition, support and connections they deserve. And for me, it's about running more than a programme. It's about transforming the UK's robotics landscape by championing the people who make the technology possible. And that's what keeps it a really exciting initiative to be working with.
That sounds great. So could you tell us a little bit more about UK RAS STEPS? What is it?
Sure. So STEPS is part of a much bigger national effort to recognise and support research technical professionals, or RTPs for short. I think there are many different titles for technicians across our universities, but that's the one we've landed on. And these are highly skilled technical experts who make so much of our research possible, but whose roles are often haven't had the visibility or structured career support they deserve. So the UK government, through EPSRC, invested 16 million into 11 strategic technical platform projects across different disciplines, everything from material science to environmental research. UK RAS STEPS is one of those, and we focus specifically on the technical talent working in robotics and autonomous systems, or RAS. It's led by the University of Leeds alongside the National Robotarium at Heriot-Watt, Imperial College London, and the University of Birmingham. But our reach is much wider. We work closely with the UK RAS network, which links together 37 universities, research centres and industry partners across the country, plus any other UK institution who wants to be involved. So a huge remit. What makes UK RAS STEPS different is that we're not just talking about supporting technical staff, we're actively building a thriving, connected community for them. And that means creating hands-on training and placement opportunities shaped by the community itself, enabling international visits to world-leading robotics labs, and helping teams collaborate to solve the big technical challenges. We're also working hard to raise the profile of these careers through public engagement and by championing RTPs at national and international levels. It's really taking off now. We've got technical staff from more than 50 universities involved in our activities. So in short, STEPS is about making sure the people who make RAS research possible are equipped, connected, and celebrated now and for the future.
That's amazing. It's a great overview. That's 50 universities is great. That's low.
Yes, yeah, it's really developed quickly considering we were pretty much a standing start.
So how did the network actually get started then? And what's the main purpose?
Sure. So we officially kicked off in January 2024, but in reality, as ever with these big research projects, we truly got going with our big launch event at the Leeds Royal Armouries in September of last year. At that, we had about 40 RTPs from over 20 institutions in the room, which for a brand new network in a field that's never had anything like this before, felt like a huge milestone in itself. And from the start, our main purpose has been pretty clear: to find, connect, and support the technical experts in RAS who are so often overlooked in the research world. And that's meant a lot of outreach, sometimes a bit of detective work to track down the people who could benefit the most, and then building trust by showing that this isn't just another initiative, but something that delivers real value. We've packed a lot into our first year. We've run 3 knowledge exchange placements, giving RTPs hands-on experience in top UK labs, helping them share best practice. We've launched 5 special interest groups, covering anything from automation and liquid handling to recycling 3D printed materials. And we've even set up a recycling station at the University of York that we're now rolling out more widely. We've hosted in-person workshops, like the automation and liquid handling event at the University of Liverpool's Materials Innovation Factory, as well as a series of online sessions. We've also supported training for 15 RTPs in areas like AI, health and safety, lab visits. And of course, we're collaborating really closely with organisations like ITSS, NTDC, and the Technician Commitment to shape proper career pathways for technical staff. Communication channels have really grown. We've got over 550 followers on LinkedIn. So if you're listening and you're not following us, please do.
Well, yeah, we'll put the link
Yes.
in the
Thanks, Lee. Plus, we've got an active website and quarterly newsletter. And then, of course, we've had our biggest moment so far, which was the UK RAS STEPS Technical Showcase, which took place in June 25 at the Science Museum in London. We had 132 RTPs from 50 of our institutions come together to celebrate achievements, share ideas, and hear technicians present their own work, in many cases to a national audience for the very first time. So that visibility and confidence boost is exactly why we exist. I will stop, but just quickly mention we've also launched our inaugural Technical Excellence Awards, which recognise outstanding innovation, teamwork, and engineering in robotics. So really, the network's purpose comes down to giving RTPs the opportunities, recognition, and community they need to grow, and to make sure that this sector and the country as a whole benefits from their full potential.
I've been lucky enough to have gone to a couple of your events, Maria. I went to Liverpool and I went to that science museum, which was fantastic. And I work in genomics, so that came as a bit of a surprise to me that I was kind of interested in robotics, because I thought that was completely outside my expertise. So maybe you can actually explain a little bit about who the network's aimed for, but especially people who might not realise they work in robotics like me.
Yes, and I think that's what we've discovered as well. We had an idea of the sort of community this was going to be, and actually the remit is far bigger than we could have ever imagined. So a lot of people work with robotics or autonomous systems like yourself, who would never have classed themselves as a technician working in that area. So we are really interested in working with RTPs who work in or alongside robotics and autonomous systems. So that includes engineers, software specialists, lab managers, and all the other highly skilled people who keep this research running day to day. I often say if you switch something on a machine and you work with that and you need that to complete your daily tasks, then you're working with RAS. Um, what they have in common is that they're often the ones designing, building, maintaining, and improving tools, systems, and facilities that the researchers rely on. So, an incredibly knowledgeable workforce, but they haven't perhaps always had the same access to the professional development and recognition that academic staff are used to. We also do connect with managers, academics, and industry partners who work closely with technical staff and building that sort of understanding and support across the whole sector. But at its heart, we're here for the technical community to make sure they're equipped, connect, and visible, and to give them a platform to share their expertise with one another.
It sounds like there might be a lot of people out there like Lee who didn't realize that they work with autonomous systems or robotics that could benefit from reaching out to you and getting involved. What kinds of technicians then might benefit from getting involved?
Yeah, so it covers a huge range of specialisms, really. So it could be a mechanical or electrical engineer designing and building robots, a lab technician who maintains automation equipment, or a manufacturing specialist helping turn prototypes into working machines. It's a real huge area. We also work with people in the supporting technical roles, like I've mentioned. So anyone running workshops, maintaining specialist facilities, or integrating robotics into other research areas. So from healthcare to environmental monitoring, it's not just that specific robotics area, really. So the people who would benefit most are usually those who want to connect with their peers, share their expertise and pick up new skills. So whether that's through hands-on training, placements, or simply just being part of a community that they can meet up with and have a chat with at the various events we plan. Um, so in short, if your work helps make robotics research possible, there's a place for you in our community.
Yeah, it's great. And so, why do you think the networks like this are important for technicians? What do you think they can get out of it?
I think being a technician, especially in a specialist field, can sometimes feel a little isolating. I've spoken to many an RTP who perhaps is the only person in their entire department that does what they do. And I think enabling them to reach out to other people that have an understanding of that is a real benefit. So that wider network means you can share challenges, swap ideas, and learn from people who are in the same boat. And these roles are really vital to research. And a network like ours can help to change that historical idea that they've not always had the visibility and recognition. I know I'm speaking in general terms. Many universities and institutions do acknowledge their technicians and provide them with opportunities, but I think it's still fairly a new idea with the like of the technician commitment and organisations like that. Um, we want to accelerate progress. So when technicians connect across the various institutions, you get this really amazing cross-pollination of ideas, whether that's solving a tricky technical problem, discovering a more efficient process, or even sparking a new research partnership. It's really opening doors and making sure that as a country we're sharing all of this amazing skill to sort of put ourselves at the forefront of this new robotics generation that's coming through.
But you're also coming with quite a lot of money, aren't you, as well? These opportunities that people can tap into. Finances are so hard at universities now, so there's this ability that you're going to be able to help technicians in their training and placements. There's lots of great stuff that you're able to support.
Absolutely, yes. We've got various funding in different areas. People can go onto our website to look at how to apply for conference and training funds, to apply for placements at various, wherever they want to go, really. They just can suggest what they need to progress their career, and we can support them to do that in any which way, from planning to actual funds. So, yeah, I think if anyone has any questions or queries, just please get in touch and we will get back to you.
Yeah, we'll definitely put the webpage in the show notes, and you also have a really good newsletter people should sign up for as well.
Definitely.
So, are there any upcoming events or meetings that you want people to get involved in that might be of interest to our listeners?
Yeah, sure. There's always something coming up. We've got a meeting of a mix of online and in-person events planned. Over the next few months, we'll be running more of our special interest group activities, including hands-on training sessions and knowledge sharing workshops. There will actually be a second workshop for our automation of liquid handling group, all being well to be held at the University of Edinburgh, but more details to come on that. Um, we're also preparing for our next round of knowledge exchange placements, which are a fantastic way to spend time in another lab to pick up new skills. And we're setting up online forums for all of the special interest group areas so people can share challenges and ideas. We're looking to arrange a number of international visits. This is quite logistically challenging, but we should be able to announce the details in the coming months. We've also got a number of online workshops coming up. One has about 4 places left. One is fully subscribed, but we will be doing more as we roll those out. The dates will be provided through the website and LinkedIn. And of course, we're already looking ahead to another showcase style event next year, which will be another opportunity for our technicians to connect, present work, and celebrate achievements. We're open to ideas. I think that's a really important thing to say. We obviously plan certain things, but we need to work with the community to actually provide what they want and need. So I will ask people to just get in touch, sign up to our newsletter, and really do take ownership of this community. It's your network, and we want to work with you so that it can really provide the best possible opportunities for you.
Got so much planned. So much has already happened, and you've got so much planned. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's been busy.
Yeah, it sounds it. What's being involved in the network meant to you?
It's been incredibly rewarding. I get to see firsthand the difference it makes when technicians feel seen and valued. So it's not just about ticking off the project milestones, it's being able to watch someone present their work for the first time and absolutely shine in that moment, or hearing about 2 people who met through the network and are now collaborating on a brilliant new project. And it's seeing the confidence grow and the skills develop through the opportunities that we're providing. And I think on a personal level, it's deepened my own appreciation for just how diverse the UK's technical community is. Coming from a completely different sector, it's been a great learning opportunity to see what's out there and being part of something that's creating real change. So hopefully, together, we're building this stronger, more connected future for technical staff. And it's just really exciting to see what else we can achieve in the future.
Any favourite moments so far? Some success stories you could share?
There's been quite a few, but I've had to think about it. And the main one that really sticks with me is from the technical showcase at the Science Museum, where we had technicians presenting their own work. And for some, it was the very first time that had the opportunity to do that and share their expertise outside their own institution. And you could just see the pride and the confidence growing with every presentation. And I think it was such a lovely audience for that to happen in, and the support between throughout the whole network was just really lovely to see.
I'm very surprised to hear that because I was there listening to those talks and they didn't seem like people who were speaking for the first time. They were all very professional.
I know, and I think that's what was so amazing. We'd provided some sort of training with regard to sort of presentation skills prior to that as well.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful that that gave people an extra confidence boost.
But it was a big room.
It was. Yes, I think it was quite daunting, I think, but as you say, you would have never guessed that those individuals had perhaps never done something like that before. So that was really rewarding. And again, the knowledge exchange placements, we've had a number of technicians spending time in other labs and bringing fresh ideas back home. And one participant told me it had completely changed how they approached a long-standing challenge in their lab, and now they're rolling out a completely new process across the team. So it's things like that that might be sort of small on the face of it, but actually it's something that wouldn't have happened without this particular network.
It sounds amazing. Like, I really enjoyed learning about your network, and just wondering what you would say to a technician maybe who's listening to this and thinking, not, I'd like to join, but I'm not really sure. Maybe someone's a bit unsure about joining, and they're not sure it's right for them. Do you have any advice for them?
Sure, I'd say just give it a try. There's no commitment, no cost. You can be involved as much or as little as you like. You might start by simply joining our mailing list or coming along to an online event just to see what it's all about. But what most people find is the first time they connect with someone facing the same challenges or discover a new approach or a new tool, they realize that value straight away. So we're very keen not to add more to people's to-do lists because we understand how busy you all are. But it's just about opening a few doors, having support available for anybody who would like to access it, and just people being aware that there is this support network out there, and you just never know what you might pick up. So there's, as I say, sign up, see if there's anything you might be interested in, and just dip your toe in the water.
And we'll put all the links to your websites in our notes, so it should be quite easy to find how to join and how to get in touch.
That's great.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming along today. It's been really interesting to hear a bit more about UK RAS STEPS.
Thank you for having me. It's been great to be here. And yeah, as I say, please just drop me a line personally if anybody does have any further follow-up questions.
Great. Thank you, Marie. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for listening. This has been an episode of our special mini-series Behind the Network, which we have created specifically for Technician Week at the University of Edinburgh. We hope you are enjoying Technician Week, and we look forward to seeing you at some of the events. Technically Edinburgh podcast is created by members of the Technician Steering Committee at the University of Edinburgh. You can find us on LinkedIn, Blue Sky and Instagrams, and you can download episodes wherever you get your podcast. Please like and review and let us know what you think of these episodes. Happy Technician Week!